One of my favorite things with people is seeing how friends, family, how people you know from high school, middle school, how people have changed. I love meeting someone that I haven't seen in years and saying, hey, what's new? What are you up to? What are you doing? And sometimes you'll get the, same old, still work at 7-Eleven, at McDonald's, at Taco Bell. Not really doing much. And then some are saying, I got this internship, I got my degree, I'm going into engineering, I've completely flipped my life around. And it's amazing to hear those kinds of stories. And though I'm not around here that often anymore, I love coming down here and seeing the growth and maturity and the growth in people. There's a lot of faces here I've never seen before. A lot of faces I have, but hi, my name is Dustin. But it's great to see growth and it's great to see maturity. And I think back to, 6 years ago when I first started coming here and, being the ripe old age of 14, coming here and getting involved. And I've been on the stage, I've been off the stage, I've been singing on stage, singing off stage. I've done a lot, and it's great to see more people get involved, new people coming around. Now, I like to preach based on things that have happened in my life. Those are all of my sermons. I don't like to just pick a topic and say, okay, I'll roll with this, see where it takes me, see where God leads me. I like to look back at my life, I like to reflect, and I like to think, how can I turn this into a message? How can I teach people what I've learned? And I'd like to start off with a little bit of an example. Have you ever felt you're right on the edge of something? Whether it be physically, emotionally, mentally, you're right on the edge, you're about to tip over, you're about to fall forward. Now take a step back. That feeling. It's not, you're not here, you're not there, you're kind of somewhere, you're not sure where you're going. And that's what I've been kind of feeling lately. That's what I've been feeling. Let me explain. Summer's coming up. For a lot of people, that means time off of school, go outside, have fun, friends, family, just relax and get your mind off of the world. And if you're of age and you're working, it just means nice weather. But for me personally, I'm looking into internships. I'm looking into getting somewhere, specifically something in sales, marketing, business, whatever it may be, because I'd like to start getting experience in there. I'm finishing up with pre-med classes this quarter. I have just one class, physics. I'm almost done. And you think, go to med school. Like, well, I'm only 20 years old. I'm too young. The average age of acceptance is 23, 24. And let me share a secret. I'm not a genius. I didn't get here just because I'm super smart. I just took classes early on and I got here. But now I'm at a point where I have to think, am I going to spend a lot of time waiting to get in? Or am I going to start looking at new things and eventually come back to what I want? And so I've been applying to a lot of places. Just recently, I went to a career fair at UW. It was really cool, and I got to talk to a lot of people. And you get to practice speaking to representatives and professionals. And it's not a, hey, how was your day? Yeah, I'd like to work for you, free or like minimum wage, whatever. No, it's professional. You have to practice it. You have to know what you're going to say. Because if you come up to them looking like a fool, saying, I have a business degree, what are they going to get from you? They're not going to understand you. They're not going to see where you're coming from. You have to practice what you're going to say. You have to really express it. And I got the opportunity for a few interviews, and in the past I had a few interviews as well. And have any of you ever had a first interview, and then they say, we're going to follow up with you. We might have a second interview. We want you to meet some more people. And then you're waiting for the email. You're thinking, yes, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what more they want to talk to me about. And then you get an email saying, we found someone else. Dang it. It's like, I thought they liked me. But they said, we decided to go with someone else. Like, okay, I'm right about to get to the edge, and then I go nowhere. But at this time in my life, there's so many opportunities. There are many more interviews. There's so much more time. And a lot of people stress about time. I know I did. To get all these medical school classes done, I stress so much that every quarter has to be relevant. Every class I take, I can't take extra classes. That's a waste of money. That's tuition. Do you not understand that taking some anthropology class that has nothing to do with your degree doesn't do anything? And I'd freak out about that. I talk to counselors, and they say, slow down. What are you doing? I think, no, I want to finish. I want to be what I want to be, and I want to get there as quick as possible. And now, the whole point that I'm trying to reach with describing my life to you is that faith is expressed. How you talk to people, how you are perceived, it's like an aura. Sure, you can see someone, you can look right at them, you can look them in their eyes. So the saying is, eyes can tell everything. In general, you just look at them, look at their persona, you can't tell much. Then you start talking to them, you get an idea. And first impressions really do last. Now, do you want that first impression to be this kind of mundane dude who just likes to skateboard and just likes to chill? Or do you like to express what you believe in? Like, yeah, I love statistics, and I'm in the statistics club, and I love math, and I love numbers. You want me to tell you some numbers? There's a difference in enthusiasm there. And with our faith, there's a huge difference between some people, between a lot of people. One thing that I love seeing changed in people is their attitude towards Christianity and their attitude towards faith. Because a lot of people have been going to church and they just kind of see it as, well, I'm going here, my parents go here, I'm just kind of there, I'm listening. Mom, I am listening. Yes, Mom, I know, honor your parents. And the truth is, you're not really listening. You're just kind of there. It's like me in lecture, just sitting there. It's like, yes. Metabolism, biology. But it just goes in one ear and out the other. I don't know how I got this far. But with faith, you see a huge growth in faith, and then you see the expression. And that expression just rubs off on people. You ever talk to someone who's, I don't know a good word to describe it, but such a Christian that you talk to them, and so much of them, it's like they're outpouring God, and there's this godly aura around them, and you think, wow, this is textbook. This is like you open a pamphlet, and this is who they're talking about. And you think, how do they have the energy to do that? Well, it's a growth in faith. The more you believe in something, the more time and effort you put into it, do you not? Why do people go out protesting the government cutting funds for research? Because people care about it. People care about science. People care about finding cures. People care about getting rid of diseases. People care about that. So they take time out of their day and they go walk outside, rain or shine, to protest. And us as Christians, a lot of us are indoor Christians, just kind of chilling at home, watching TV. Yeah, the game is on. The Mariners are playing. Yeah, will we make it? Who knows? But we're in our own home. We're in a safe space. It's a constant phrase thrown out, safe space. Be in a safe space. Well, I'm safe at home, and I feel safe at home. But is that not selfish? Is that really what you decided to be a Christian just to be selfish? No. We're taught to go out. We're taught to love. We're taught to be amongst the people and be like a star. Shine bright. And express your faith. And now, where does faith come from? That's a very difficult thing to answer because faith is not palpable. You can't touch faith. You can't smell it. You can't taste it. It's all within you, is it not? Faith is something that only you can invest in, only you can grow, and only you can really express it out. And a lot of people may say, yes, I am a Christian, I have faith, but I don't want to jump up and down, I don't want to yell, I don't want to scream out God's name, because it's kind of embarrassing. But are we not a family here? Are we a family? I think we're a family. I feel like we're a family. No matter how long I don't come by, it's always big old smiles, and you just feel at home. I got homies here. And if you come down, you have homies as well. You have friends. Anyone here you can talk to, and it's like a web. And that's another way of building faith, is talking to people who are established. Talking to people who are established, and they know what they're talking about, like people like Andre, someone I look up to I've looked up to him for quite some time now. And you have that connection. That's an important thing in just in life is making connections. And that kind of just hit me recently. Like I realized I don't know anyone. I don't have anyone. Like if I just graduated without any effort, like, well, I have this degree. Can you hire me? So many things in this life are done via connections. Talking to people, organizing. As you grow, as you grow, a lot of you now are fairly young. We had this kind of shift from just upper age teens, and now we've got a lot of younger teens around. And listen to my warning now. Talk to people. Talk to people now. Don't wait years and years later when that friend from middle school is now the CEO of Google. And you're like, hey, do you remember me? We were in geometry together. My man, it's not going to happen. And that's the same sort of thing with God. And that you can't say, hey, God, I was here in my life, and we were chilling. We were cool. I respected you. But, you come over here in life, you kind of wander around. You're just kind of all over the place. You bounce around, and you're not established, and you're not growing with God. And then comes the time where God says, all right, it's time for judgment. And you say, God, I was there. Do you remember? He won't remember. Because he'll be by you, but your back is to him the whole time. I'll get into some word. Matthew chapter 25, verse 31. When the Son of Man comes in his glory and all the angels with him, then he will sit on his glorious throne. Before him will he gather all the nations, and he will separate them one from another, as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. And he will place the sheep on the right and the goats on the left. Then the king will say to those on his right, come, you who are blessed. By my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me. Then the righteous will answer him, saying, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you drink? When did we see you a stranger and welcome you, or naked and clothe you? And when did we see you sick or in prison and visit you? And the king will answer them, truly I say to you, as you did it to one of the least of these brothers, you did it to me. Now obviously we cannot clothe God. We cannot give God food. We cannot aid him. God is almighty. He has everything he could ever need and more. But the truth is, what this passage is talking about is your interaction with one another. What I hate to see, what I absolutely hate to see, is when a service ends or some kind of community event ends and then people just dissipate. People just are gone. Like, where are you going? It's already 9 o'clock. What, is your mom going to yell at you for staying out a little bit more? Come on. Live a little bit. No, don't disrespect your parents. But what are you doing here if it's not to build your family, if it's not to build your relationship with each other and in turn build up your faith? If you're sitting there right now and you're just thinking to yourself, like literally nothing, you're just sitting there, like just a shell. Where are you? You don't even know. You're just flying around. If you're just sitting there and you're not investing in what you're really putting your time in, why are you here if you're not going to invest, if you're not going to talk to people? Why are you coming here just for the service? Because the service is just a part of it. Me talking up here, Andre speaking up here, the worship team, it's all just a small part of it. It's all to lead you. It's all to lead you. It's all to open your eyes to realize, yeah, God is actually right here. You don't have to go across the Sahara Desert. You don't have to take a trip to Israel. He's right here. Just look. Just look, he's right here. And so God is saying, because of the investment you put in the people around you, because of the compassion you show to those in need, you've basically done the same for me. And for that, I see you as righteous. Come on in. Now, it said that he separated the sheep from the goat. Then he will say to those on his left, depart from me, You curse it into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me no food. I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and you did not welcome me. Naked, and you did not clothe me. Sick and in prison, and you did not visit me. Then they also answer, saying, Lord, when did we see you hungry or thirsty or a stranger or naked or sick or in prison and did not minister to you? Then he will answer them, saying, Truly I say to you, as you did not do it to one of the least of these, you did not do it to me. And these will go away into the eternal punishment, and the righteous into eternal heaven. Black and white. If you're not expressing your faith, if you're not expressing your love for God, that's the same thing as kind of saying, yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. I got him. Mom, I got it. I get it. There's no involvement. What God is saying here is that here I am with you, and you do nothing. You do nothing with this power you possess. One of the more annoying things of life is when people say, God hates gays. No matter what you think of homosexuals or people who identify as non-binary, whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you personally think of them because you're on here to love. You're on this earth to love. And there's tons of organizations that are assembled for hate. And what does hate do? It breaks relations. It breaks your faith. All of a sudden, you're not worshiping God. You're worshiping your idea of, yes, I'm doing this for good. I'm doing this for God. Yes, what I'm doing is for God. It's so great. I'm doing it. But what does that give you? It doesn't give you anything. Boost your ego. Speak up a little bit. You say, yeah, this is what I'm doing. But who is it helping? No one. Hating helps no one. And what God is saying here is that you're not showing the compassion that I want you to. You're not using my presence to aid others. You're using it to bring others down. Ultimately, we're all humans and we all have the same right to salvation. God's given us that choice to be saved. Some people don't really know about it. Some people don't really know that there's a God out there. Some people don't know what he's all about. They say, Allah, Shiba, what, who? I don't know any of this. They didn't teach that in elementary school. No, it's God, Jesus. And you know of it. You all know of it. Sitting in these chairs, you know, like, yes, Jesus died for us. God gave us his one and only son. But some don't. And it's kind of like having literally every single piece of currency in the world all to yourself. It's like, please, we need to build a well. We need to build a well. And you say, nope, that'll ruin my pile. That'll ruin my image for being around your type. It'll ruin my image if I'm seen around people like you. But that's not what we're about, is it? We're about love. We're about compassion. We're about sharing. And what God in Matthew 25, he's told us very clearly. If you have faith in me, express it and share it and give it to those who need it. Don't sit in your home and just waste it away. Don't hoard it all to yourself and waste it away. God's given us one chance on earth, and it's only for a small time. No matter what you believe, everything is temporary. Nothing lasts forever. God, he definitely lasts forever. So next time you see someone who's matured, who's grown, who's telling you all the wonderful things that they've done. They've gone to Peru. They've built castles because they're just so rich. Talk to them about God. And even if they've been stuck at Taco Bell for the past 10 years, talk to them about God. Say, hey, do you know about Jesus? Do you know about God? Because I do. I just want you to know. And then you go on from there.